If there is one thing that I have noticed with the Hindi film industry and the genres that seem to click with audiences, I've realized that everything is cyclical. The era from 2010 to 2014, where Salman Khan's reign and rise seemed unstoppable, was inundated with straight up masala or action remakes. The likes of Akshay Kumar also benefited with ventures like Rowdy Rathore, Holiday, all remakes. The era post 2015, however, presented a shift where the audience cheered and supported films that were left off mainstream. The small town underdog stories that led to the rise of actors like Rajkumar Rao and Ayushmann Khurrana. An era in which Akshay Kumar quickly adapted and saw his most successful reign. The journey since then just symbolizes a downward trajectory, a saturation of appearances, half-baked attempts with otherwise grand roles, and just an obvious lack of interest with the projects. And this led to a huge disconnect with the audience. Akshay, other than with Oh My God 2, just could not connect with the public, and coming out of the disaster that was Bade Miyan Chote Miyan, that was promised to be our answer to stylized Hollywood action films, and it turned out to be nothing but a comedy of errors. As the Surfera trailer dropped, I could not help but feel the approach towards films just seems directionless. Surarai Potru is one of the most popular ventures from Tamil cinema that released during the lockdown. A film that took us on an inspiring and emotional journey of G.R. Gopinath, the founder of Deccan Airlines. The film boasted of one of the most nuanced performances by a lead, making me break down in several instances and clap with joy and pride in others. No wonder Surya received a national award for the same. With such a film and performance that is etched in so many people's memory, a Hindi dub titled Udaan that so many have witnessed, why in God's name would people see a recreation of the same on the big screen? You know, all I felt while watching the trailer is that I see an Akshay Kumar making an effort. I see a man who genuinely may care for the themes of this story. But why do I feel all of this is in vain? This brings me back to the same predicament I found myself in while watching the Hrithik Roshan starrer Vikram Vedha, the remake of the iconic Tamil film. He brought his own essence to the role of Veda, a manic, unhinged energy that was so unique and nowhere similar to what Vijay Sethupathi brought to the role. And you know what? No one cared. The Tamil film was so popular, the dubbed versions were disseminated for free to so many that a recreation, no matter how unique, was immaterial. So while I see an Akshay Kumar invest in a film and genuinely produce an acting performance in the glimpses in the trailer, I still find myself baffled by certain creative choices. The awkward 27-year age gap between Akshay Kumar and Radhika Madan, and the shocking recasting of Seema Biswas as Akshay Kumar's mother again. Yes, she was his mother in Bachchan Pandey too. These are just some of the creatively odd choices I notice in the trailer. I still confess, I see an Akshay Kumar really putting in the effort. But is there really a point? I genuinely think the film industry momentarily thought that the era of remakes is back, noticing the success of Kabir Singh in 2019. This led to several projects getting greenlit that were remakes of Tamil, Telugu and Malayalam films, obviously not foreshadowing that the pandemic will expose the audience to the vast variety of films that are being produced in several languages. And since these projects have already been signed and locked, they can't help themselves but execute their professional commitments and pray to God that audiences storm into theaters. Out of the 15 remakes that I will be talking about that released post 2021, only 2 have been financially successful, both hilariously starring Ajay Devgan. Drishyam 2 and Shaitan are the only hits from a list of 15 films. Drishyam 2 already had a huge Hindi fan base and largely benefited from its repeat value on satellite. Shaitan, the careful obstruction of the original Gujarati film, and the huge popularity of the horror genre led to both of these films succeed. But that is a success ratio of 13%, which is not bound to motivate any producer. The question is, what happened? Well, every case is different, and what will be hilarious is that some of these films that I will tell you about, you won't even remember them releasing. Hit, the first case, a film hugely popular in the Telugu film industry that has become a bona fide franchise and left the sequel with a stellar climax and cameo. The Hindi remake went absolutely unnoticed. While Rajkumar Rao and Sania Malhotra coasted through the film, it has to be one of the most boring screenplays I've sat through, and that's the worst insult for a thriller, unnecessarily changing the climax twist as well. That made it less shocking and more unintentionally funny. A financial disaster at the box office. Gumrah. What exactly Aditya Roy Kapoor is trying to achieve with his creative choices baffles me. The remake of the Tamil film Tadam came and vanished in thin air like a flash. The performances, the narrative, and the element of surprise in the screenplay was as impressive as the Canva produced posters. While Aditya tries his best in this double role stint, the forced humor and his attempt at dancing in an item song was a huge sword to the eye. Another financial flop. Bhola. The Curious Case of Ajay Devgan, the director, continued when he starred in Bhola. This remake of Kaithi promised a stylized and new approach through its trailers, but the consistent curse of Devgan's directorial ventures continued with this film, a not so engaging screenplay. A film that boasts of impressive set pieces and stylized villains, but a movie that just doesn't have a holistic, cohesive structure. The emotional element of Kaithi went absolutely missing in this remake, and we got a larger-than-life, unbeatable force versus Karthi's rageful underdog willing to do anything to reunite with his daughter. Bachchan Pandey. This released at the time where all the hopes of Bollywood were riding on Akshay Kumar, because after an abysmal 2021, it seemed only Akshay Kumar can give a financial hit. And what we saw with Bachchan Pandey was an absolute bastardization of the original source material, the Tamil film Jigartanda. The original essence was totally gone. The awkward and unnecessary romantic pairing, the lack of tension and anxiety in its screenplay, and the excessive aggression with pelvic thrusting that just seemed exhausting. It seemed as if an amateur comedy writer has made the film. Oh wait. Tadap. Did you even know that Sunil Shetty's son got launched with a movie titled Tadap in 2021? A remake of the Telugu film RX 100 that had extremely polarizing views due to its themes of relationships, deceit, heartbreak, and the bloody journey the protagonist embarks upon. What made the original so special was its unapologetic take on these contentious matters, but the Hindi remake showcased a sanitized version of lust, a shrill and irritating performance by Tara Sutaria, saying dialogues like "Chote shahar ke log aur unki छोटी सोच, Instagram के जमाने में Telegram," and a film clearly meant to launch Ahan versus cater to the story. This movie hugely benefited from its songs composed by Preetham, but still ended up failing at the box office. Nikamma. Another curious case of a product of nepotism not really finding his bearings in the industry is Abhimanyu Dasani, starring in Nikamma, the remake of the Telugu film Middle Class Abbai, which by the way is such a mediocre Nani film. This movie had the ability to make the original look like the most entertaining commercial venture. Dialogues like "Tum alcoholic ho ya drug addict?" and the girl replies, "Love addict." It solidified one of the worst debuts by Shirley Setia. Abhimanyu, with his monotone mass dialogue delivery and a villain recommending his goons to go on a keto diet, really made this movie experience insufferable. Another flop at the box office. Selfie, having the lowest opening for an Akshay Kumar starrer. The promotional campaign of Selfie was aggressive and all over the place. The official remake of a Malayalam film, Driving License, the film barely piqued the interest of viewers despite having Akshay Kumar and Imran Hashmi sharing screen space together. What made things even worse and weird was that an ordinary looking film had an exorbitant budget of over 100 crores, and people were confused where the investment was made. No one cared about the earnestness, no one cared about the misplaced music. People were already tired of Akshay Kumar films back to back. Eventually, no one cared at all. Millie, a film where Janhvi Kapoor was doing the heavy lifting in terms of screen time and acting rather than depending on a capable ensemble cast around her. This remake of the Malayalam film Helen, where Anna Ben absolutely killed it, was admirable in some regards. I genuinely believe it got several elements of the source material and adapted it well, but no one was interested in its theatrical release, the makers being clearly naive on whether a Janhvi Kapoor solo starrer can draw an audience. This tanked miserably at the box office. Kisi ka bhai kisi ki jaan. What happens when Bhai is feeling charitable with his Berozgar Yojana and Farhad Samji is at the helm of affairs? You get Kisi ka bhai kisi ki jaan, a remake of an already mediocre product Veeram. The film can be best described as a venture that deserves a pretentious movie reviews bashing. A set created of a basti where half the film is set, unintentionally funny action, supporting actors that will make you cringe, forced representation to make a pan-Indian film, and possibly the worst first antagonist in the form of Vijender Singh, as Salman Khan attempts to make his long mane believable. Or did I forget? The most awkward romantic pair and the iconic dancing. The star presence of Salman and a release date near Eid could not save this film. Abysmal to say the least. Shehzada. This is Karthik riding on the wave of being the savior of Bollywood, who saved the industry from financial misery, and he seemed way too confident while starring in the remake of a widely watched Telugu film AVPL starring Allu Arjun. The film was such a poor retelling of the story. It looked glossy and fake in its frames. It had an integration of so many unnecessary songs. It had Karthik Aaryan just incessantly doing footwork in every number. The comedic gags just did not land. And just when you thought Karthik will do an homage for the legends of Hindi cinema just like Allu Arjun did in the iconic press conference room, we got nothing, and neither did the film at the cash registers. Lal Singh Chadda. The biggest fumble has to be Aamir Khan remaking Forrest Gump and thinking that it was a good idea. The screenplay was not the problem, the intention was not either, but it was the pitch of the performance of the main lead that really weighed the film down, making a heartfelt tale cartoonish and an earnest movie with its heart in the right place cringe-worthy to watch in several instances, especially the young portions of Aamir as the wide-eyed PK-esque Lal. Aamir, in retrospect, acknowledges the same as the film's biggest demerit. One of the only actors to be self-reflective about his work, the film turned out to be a huge failure. Of the remakes, as I previously said, Vikram Vedha and possibly the Shahid Kapoor starrer Jersey seem to be the only enjoyable, entertaining and earnest attempts at remakes that, despite their genuine intentions, still could not cause any waves at the box office. This is something that I reiterate again with Sarfira. A convincing Akshay Kumar also doesn't change the fact that so many people have seen Sorarai Potru already and have showered Surya with abundant praise and love. The exception to the rule in the form of Drishyam 2 and Shaitan should not be the precursor for producers to feel that remakes are working, as they are anomalies. With the possible remake of Love Today in the works, the official remake of Great Indian Kitchen about to come, the remake of Theri still in the pipeline with Baby John, and the rumored news, listen to this, that Hrithik and Kabir Khan discussed a Hollywood remake together, apparently some post-apocalyptic action film. I just hope this cycle ends. Invest in new voices, new writers, see examples of Munjia, Madgaon Express and Srikanth doing well this year. It's the need of the hour. Such a dearth of original stories and original voices is saddening. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you think about this trend just not ending. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.